Chapter 1: Echoes of Arrival. As the heavy steel doors of Blackwood Penitentiary clang shut, a haunting silence envelops the newcomers. They stand on cold concrete, hearts racing with fear and uncertainty. Inmate diary entries paint a vivid picture of this initial whirlwind. The pit in their stomachs, the harsh glare of fluorescent lights, and the guarded faces of correctional officers signaling an unwelcoming new reality. Each voice echoes distinct stories of desperation and hope, revealing shattered dreams and the relentless pursuit of redemption. Soundscapes fill the air, shuffling shoes, muffled whispers, and the distant clatter of trays being served in the cafeteria. Amidst this cacophony, a flicker of hope persists. Some look for transformation, while others seek refuge from haunting pasts. In these moments, the stark contrast of shadows and light begins to take shape, intertwining as inmates prepare to embark on their profound journey through Blackwood's walls. Chapter 2: The Iron Code. In the harsh reality of Blackwood Penitentiary, survival hinges on an unwritten set of rules, a code that governs interactions and allegiances. Inmates share their diary entries, illuminating the intricate dance of loyalty and betrayal that unfolds within these concrete walls. One former gang leader reflects on the weight of his past decisions, the pain of lost trust imprinted in his memories. Amidst the sobering backdrop of clangs and gruff commands, the hum of whispered conversations fills the yard, offering a fleeting sense of community. As trays scrape against cold metal tables during communal meals, inmates forge alliances over shared experiences, moments of vulnerability that lay the foundation for friendship. Diary snippets reveal the tension of navigating these dynamics, where every gesture resonates with deeper significance. The haunting soundscape captures the essence of camaraderie interwoven with the ever-present specter of betrayal, showcasing the fragile bonds that form amidst the shadows. Chapter 3: Learning Behind Bars. Inside the walls of Blackwood Penitentiary, education becomes a lifeline, offering inmates a chance to reshape their narratives. Diary entries reveal profound transformations as they engage in creative writing classes and therapy sessions, breaking free from their violent pasts. One inmate, a former gang member, reflects, "Each word I write feels like a step away from my old self. I'm learning to express instead of suppress." The soundscape pulsates with the rhythm of pens scratching across paper, punctuated by bursts of laughter and spirited discussions. As echoes of camaraderie fill the air, inmates share their hopes and fears, building connections that transcend their circumstances. One poignant moment captures an emotional breakthrough during a group discussion, where silence gives way to vulnerability. Here, amidst the harsh reality of incarceration, the seeds of redemption are sown, proving that knowledge can illuminate even the darkest paths. Chapter 4: Facing Inner Demons. In the dimly lit corners of Blackwood Penitentiary, raw emotions simmer beneath the surface. Diary entries reveal the complex landscape of conflict among inmates, a crucible where anger and regret clash violently. One inmate recounts the moment when words escalated into a fistfight, the adrenaline surging amidst echoes of rage. The once routine hum of the prison grew charged as fists met flesh, a brutal reflection of their inner turmoil. Yet in the aftermath, as silence enveloped the yard, the realization sets in. These confrontations are merely shadows of deeper struggles. Guided by compassionate facilitators, inmates gather for group therapy sessions, where they confront their past choices openly, exchanging confessions and seeking healing. The soundscape includes heavy breaths of vulnerability and soft whispers of shared pain, serving as a poignant reminder that facing one's demons can pave the way for reconciliation and hope. Together, they take tentative steps toward understanding and redemption. Familial bonds. In the intimate confines of Blackwood Penitentiary, love transcends the stark walls of incarceration. Inmates share poignant diary entries detailing the powerful connections they maintain with family and friends. Letters filled with encouragement and hope become lifelines, providing solace amidst despair. One inmate shares, "Every letter from my daughter ignites a spark within me that I thought I lost." Soundscapes depicting the emotional clinking of glass during family visits amplify the gravity of these moments. Tears flow freely as loved ones embrace. In hushed tones, heartfelt conversations blossom, filled with stories of resilience and dreams for the future. I feel her love reaching me across the distance, another inmate reflects, underscoring the vital role of familial bonds in their journey toward redemption. As these connections unfold, listeners are reminded that even in the darkest of places, the light of love can guide and heal, fostering hope for a brighter tomorrow. Chapter 6: Friendship in Shadows. In the dimly lit corridors of Blackwood Penitentiary, amidst the oppressive atmosphere, unexpected bonds flourish. This chapter reveals the powerful friendships that emerge within these walls, providing solace and strength to the inmates. Diary entries narrate intimate moments where vulnerability is shared, laughter echoes, and silence speaks volumes. A former gang member reflects on how he found camaraderie with a quiet painter, both men navigating their pasts while supporting each other's dreams of a better future. As soundscapes weave through the chapter, listeners hear the comforting clatter of meals shared at communal tables, punctuated by whispers of encouragement and storytelling. These connections offer glimpses of hope in a place filled with shadows, shaping identities and fostering resilience against the backdrop of confinement. In this chapter, friendship becomes an act of defiance against despair, illuminating the path to redemption in the unlikeliest of places. Chapter 7: The Tipping Point. The air in Blackwood Penitentiary crackles with tension as inmates face an unexpected crisis. A riot erupts, shattering the fragile sense of community that had begun to blossom. Through the chaos, the raw emotions of fear and anger are palpable. Diary entries recount the initial shock of the situation. Voices rise, fists clench, and adrenaline surges as inmates instinctively band together for survival. Amidst the panic, moments of unity emerge, former rivals standing side by side, bound by a shared humanity in the face of chaos. The soundscape captures the cacophony of shouting, clanging metal, and the heartbeat of hope as calm slowly returns. In this harrowing episode, inmates reflect on their choices, the longing for connection, and the realization that even in the darkest moments, solidarity can illuminate paths forward. The riot becomes a crucible, forcing them to confront not only their fears, but their true selves. Chapter 8: Transformation Through Trials. As the heartbeat of Blackwood Penitentiary echoes within its walls, inmates commit their reflections to paper, chronicling moments that reshape their identities. Diary entries resonate with raw honesty, revealing stories of vulnerability and strength amid the concrete confines. One inmate shares a powerful breakthrough during a group therapy session, his voice trembling as he confronts the pain of past decisions. The sound of pens scratching on paper fills the air, capturing the myriad emotions swirling in the room: anger, sorrow, and ultimately, hope. From the soft rustle of shared breaths to the poignant silence that follows shared confessions, these intimate moments forge connections that transcend their pasts. Inmates acknowledge the trials faced, viewing them not as chains, but as stepping stones toward redemption. The air is heavy with the promise of change, a testament to the resilience of the human spirit, a spirit yearning not just to survive, but to truly live. Chapter 9: Towards the Light. As the days blur into nights, inmates at Blackwood Penitentiary feel a palpable shift in the atmosphere. The anticipation of freedom hangs heavy in the air. Diary entries reflect a mix of eagerness and anxiety as individuals ponder their futures outside the prison walls. "I can almost taste the freedom," one inmate writes, grappling with the bittersweet reality of leaving behind the only life they've known. The echoes of shared laughter during group meetings give way to hushed conversations about dreams deferred and newfound hopes. Soundscapes fill the space with the rhythmic clanks of chains and the distant hum of everyday life just beyond the gates, juxtaposing their longing for the outside world. Amid moments of vulnerability, discussions about personal goals emerge, revealing the deep-seated fear of failure and a yearning for redemption. As they prepare for life beyond the walls, inmates find strength in shared aspirations and the flickering hope of a fresh beginning. Chapter 10: Hope Amidst Uncertainty. As the day of release approaches, a mix of excitement and anxiety fills the air in Blackwood Penitentiary. Diary entries reveal a poignant blend of hope and trepidation as inmates contemplate their futures outside the prison walls. The sound of shuffling shoes on concrete echoes the internal struggle, while whispers of aspirations and fears intertwine. One inmate reflects on the daunting prospect of finding a job, uncertain of how the world has changed in years. Another prays for reconciliation with their family, longing for acceptance amidst lingering doubts. Each story captures the delicate balance between the anticipation of freedom and the weight of past mistakes. Soundscapes of rustling papers as they draft resumes, mixed with the distant clang of cell doors, highlight the tension between hope and fear. In this moment, the once concrete walls begin to symbolize not just confinement, but the potential for a new beginning. Chapter 11. Crossing the Threshold. The air is thick with anticipation as release day dawns at Blackwood Penitentiary. Inmate diary entries capture a whirlwind of emotions, liberation entwined with an echo of loss, a long-anticipated moment, yet one filled with uncertainty as they prepare to step into a world they've often only imagined. Soundscapes of muffled conversations punctuate the atmosphere, underscored by the rhythmic clanging of nearby steel doors, echoing the finality of their confinement. Will they remember me? One inmate wonders aloud in a whisper, his voice quavering as he reflects on the relationships left behind. Laughter mixes with apprehensive silence among fellow inmates as they share final goodbyes, the weight of their collective journey palpable. As the heavy gates creak open, the sound reverberates, symbols of newfound freedom blending with heartfelt farewells. This threshold marks not just an exit from prison, but an entry into a complex world where hope and fear coexist in vibrant tension. Chapter 12. Reintegration Challenges. As the sun rises on a new day, former inmates step beyond the prison gates, ready yet apprehensive to face the world that awaits. Diary entries reveal tales of daunting job searches, desperate calls to family, and the overwhelming weight of societal stigma. One ex-inmate shares his story of being turned away from countless job interviews, the laughter of co-workers now a distant memory from within the prison walls. Soundscapes of bustling city streets contrast sharply with the echoes of solitary confinement, amplifying feelings of isolation. Another inmate recounts the sheer exhilaration of buying groceries for the first time while grappling with memories of meals eaten alone in a cell. As they navigate the complexities of rebuilding their lives, their voices resonate with both vulnerability and determination, shedding light on the daunting challenge of starting anew, a journey marked by both setbacks and fleeting moments of hope, reminding listeners of the fragile yet resilient nature of the human spirit. Chapter 13. Falling and Rising. In the shadow of newfound freedom, many former inmates confront the harsh realities that come with reintegration. This chapter unveils the poignant narratives of those who experience setbacks, revealing the struggle of navigating a world that often feels alien. Through diary entries, we hear from Caleb, who after landing a job, faces the stigma that follows him like a ghost, resulting in a heartbreaking dismissal. Meanwhile, Maria reflects on her initial excitement about starting fresh, only to find herself battling the urge to return to old habits during moments of vulnerability. Yet, amid these challenges are stories of resilience. Samuel, once ensnared by his past, shares how he found hope in a support group that reignited his passion for painting, a lifeline that lifted him from despair. The soundscape interweaves moments of tension, phone calls filled with disappointment, followed by the laughter of friends celebrating small victories. In this chapter, we explore the delicate balance of falling and rising as former inmates strive for redemption and a brighter future.